When I was the ripe old age of 7, I learned that not everyone is exactly like me. I knew that we are all unique in our way. My parents are even a bit different. My father came from Costa Rica, and my mother was from the US. My dad has brown skin, brown eyes, and dark hair. My mom has pale skin, red hair, and green eyes. My sister Ernesto and I are each a mix of both. Luckily, we both have my dad's skin, which is much better when in the sunshine than my mom's, because she gets sunburned by just looking at the sun. At least, that's how it seems. Growing up, at least as much as I had until that point, I was never uncomfortable with people looking different from me. My little group of friends included both boys and girls, and we were all of different ethnicities. While we looked different from each other, we had a lot more in common. As my grandfather used to say, "We are all the same inside, and that is what counts." I grew up believing that, and still do to this day. Then I met Adam. My best friend at the time was a girl named Alex. When we first became friends, Alex taught me that girls can be just as much fun as boys can. Before Alex, I had not understood girls. I thought they were humans just like boys, but they liked different things. Until then, I had felt that boys enjoyed fun things, but girls liked sitting around playing with dolls and doing boring stuff. Remember, at the time, my only experience with girls was my little sister Ernesto, and she was only 3 when I met Alex, so she was not a good example of a girl. Alex, though, was easily as excellent as any boy. She was, and still is, one of my best friends. Alex and I had been friends for almost 3 months before I visited her house. This was odd, because she lived just down the road from me. I had met her while she was feeding our horses. We spent a lot of time riding horseback and hiking and doing other fun things up to that point. One day, I walked to her house to visit, and I met her brother Adam. Adam had autism. That was fine with me. I have a cousin on my mother's side of the family with autism. My parents had explained that people with autism often felt things differently than typical people. That was all the explanation that my child's brain needed. So when Alex asked if Adam could join us, I said of course. My parents had taught me that everyone should be included, no matter who they were or how they looked. That made sense to me. It still does. We decided to go for a nature walk and draw what we saw. I had even brought the little sketchbooks that my mom had purchased for just such an occasion. In my backpack, I had colored pencils, erasers, snacks, and water. I was excited about our little outing. Remember when you were 6 or 7 and going on a walk was a big deal? Even though the hike itself is only about a quarter of a mile, Alex and I still cherished the feeling of independence. To us, it was an adventure. Adam was in his room when I arrived. He was sitting on the floor looking at a book. "Hi, Adam," I said as Alex and I joined him. "We are going for a walk, and you are coming with us," Alex said. "Okay," Adam said, nodding and continued to look at his book. I waited. Alex waited. Adam looked at his book and nodded his head. "So we are ready to go," I said. "We just need to go." Adam nodded and looked at his book. I felt awkward just standing there waiting. I didn't know what I should do. "Adam, if you're coming, you need to put on your shoes," Alex said. Adam nodded, got up, and put on his shoes. "Awesome, let's go," I said. Adam slowly stood up, picked up his book, and carefully put it on the shelf. Adam had the tedious room I had ever seen. Everything was perfectly in its place. I hope my mother would never see this room, otherwise I would never get any peace. Adam checked each light to make sure that it was off. Then he carefully put on his windbreaker, even though it was pretty warm outside. Adam carefully zipped it up. Then Adam closed his bedroom door and made sure that it was completely shut. It all took a lot of time, and I was getting antsy to go on our little hike. As we walked, I noticed that Adam didn't participate in the conversation I was having with Alex. "Do you like hiking, Adam?" I asked, wanting to include him. "I like the Phillies," Adam proclaimed. "So you are into baseball," I said, happy to be able to include him. I did not want Adam to feel excluded. "I'm a fan of the Phillies too. I also like the Mets though, and the Pirates." "The Phillies are the best," Adam said happily. He flapped his hands a little bit and smiled. "They are the best, and they wear red and have the best letter on their caps." "I like them too," I said. "I like the Cardinals too," Adam said. "I also like the bird." "They are beautiful," I said. A cardinal flew over our heads and began to chirp. "And they are red," Adam said. "The best color ever." "Wow, look at that," Alex said. She was pointing at some shiny red mushrooms. "We should draw these." We sat down on the ground as I took out the sketchbooks and colored pencils, and we set about documenting what we had discovered. Since we were only little kids, this process didn't take long. When we finished, we admired our work, and I was shocked. Adam had created a near-perfect rendering of the mushrooms. It seriously looked like an actual artist had drawn it. "Adam, that is amazing," I said. "You must be the best artist in the world." Adam smiled shyly and mumbled a thank you. "Adam is an outstanding artist," Alex said. "And he never forgets anything. It's like having another grown-up with me." "That is amazing," I said. I could draw like a kid draws and admired my fellow kids' artwork. Adam's drawing was on a whole different level. It was better than my father, who drew wildlife as part of his job. I couldn't stop looking at it. Alex, Adam, and I continued our little hike, and we sketched everything that we found interesting. Naturally, Adam's were by far the best drawings out of the three of us. When I got home, I unpacked sketchbooks and put my colored pencils away on my desk. I sat down and I looked at Adam's drawings. "Wow, those are really good," my mom said. "Did you draw those?" "No, Alex's brother Adam did," I explained. "He has a gift," Mom said. "He has autism," I added. "His mother did mention that to me," Mom commented, smiling. "But he is also your friend." "Yes, he's a pretty cool kid," I said. "He can also remember everything about anything. Adam knew about everything we looked at." "That's pretty incredible," Mom said. "It sounds like you learned a lot today." Mom was right. I learned a lot that day. Not just about things we saw on our hike. I learned that if we include everyone, even those who are different from us, we get more out of our friendships. We learn new things and new ways to see the world. Adam was very different from me. He was even different from Alex, his own sister. But he made wonderful contributions to what we were doing. I learned that everyone can contribute. We just have to let them. In later years, Adam always reinforced that he was an extraordinary person and a good friend. And I am proud to say that we are still friends to this day. Hey, thank you for watching. Please click on the right to subscribe if you liked the video. And please don't forget to click on the bell icon when you subscribe so that you can be notified when we upload a new video. Watch more videos on the left, including our playlist. Thank you.